In the heart of Africa, hidden beneath thick layers of mist, lies a world where sunlight rarely reaches. An endless green labyrinth, where trees swallow light and the soil boils beneath murky rivers. This is not merely a forest. It is a colossal, living organism, breathing, watching, and alive. Every sound in the darkness could be a warning. Every rustling leaf could signal a predator approaching. Here, the battle between life and death never ceases. Fought among ancient rulers, silent giants, and creatures whose faces eerily resemble our own. The Congo Rainforest, the dark heart of Africa, where humankind is but a wanderer in the realm of living legends. Do you have the courage to enter? At the center of Africa, spanning 6 nations, from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Republic of the Congo, Gabon, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, to the Central African Republic, lies the world's second largest tropical rainforest, surpassed only by the Amazon. It is known as the Congo Basin, a green kingdom stretching over 3.7 million square kilometers, nearly the size of all Western Europe combined. From above, the forest appears as an endless emerald carpet, but beneath lies a 3-tiered labyrinth of life. The top layer, where trees rise over 50 meters, captures the rare sunlight and serves as home to colorful birds and mischievous baboons. Below, the middle layer is a realm of eternal twilight, tangled with vines and thick with humid air. Closer to the ground, the world is almost windless, filled only with the sounds of insects, fungi, and decay feeding everything above. The Congo Rainforest is the green lung of Africa, absorbing billions of tons of carbon dioxide each year and stabilizing the planet's climate. Temperatures remain between 25 and 28 degrees Celsius year-round, with humidity often exceeding 90%. Rain falls almost all year long. And the Congo River, the deepest river on Earth, plunging to more than 220 meters in some places, winds like a colossal artery through the forest's heart. According to biological research, this region is home to more than 10,000 plant species, nearly 30% of which exist nowhere else. 400 species of mammals, 1,000 bird species, and thousands of organisms yet to be named by science. New discoveries appear every year, from transparent frogs and glowing snakes to insects displaying predatory behavior unseen anywhere else. But the Congo is not only a paradise of life, it is also a realm of extremes. Every centimeter of damp soil hides millions of microorganisms, insects and parasites, ready to invade any creature that strays too far. An unaccustomed traveler can lose consciousness within hours, from dehydration, malaria, or the assault of parasite-carrying mosquitoes. Yet within this harshness, life explodes. Each day, thousands of creatures are born, die, and recycle one another, sustaining a natural cycle that has endured for tens of millions of years. Scientists believe the Congo ecosystem is older than the Amazon, once part of the ancient Gondwana superforest, cradle to many primate species, and possibly the distant birthplace of humankind itself. Today, even as humans have barely touched its edges, vast areas within remain untouched by any modern footsteps. There are deep swamps and canopies so dense that even satellite radar struggles to penetrate. There, sunlight almost never reaches the forest floor, and life has evolved along its own isolated paths, nearly cut off from the rest of the world. And within this colossal living kingdom, the most powerful creatures compete for every patch of land, every drop of water, every breath to survive. In the next step, we will meet the predators that reign over this dense wilderness, where brutality is not evil, but the oldest instinct for survival on Earth. It is no coincidence that biologists call this place the Green Arena, where every creature, great or small, is drawn into an endless battle for survival. Amid the dense forest canopy, the African black leopard, Panther, Pardus pardus, reigns as the ultimate predator. Its coat isn't truly black as many think, but a dark layer masking the rosette patterns beneath, allowing it to blend perfectly into the dappled light under the trees. With absolute stealth, the leopard can approach its prey to within 5 meters without being detected. By day, it hides in the shadows or rests upon high branches, but when night falls, its pale green eyes gleam like twin emeralds in the dark. A single pounce, faster than a snake's strike, stronger than an antelope's kick. And within seconds, the victim's throat is crushed. The black leopard rarely roars. It kills in silence, then drags its prey up into the trees to keep it from scavengers below. For this hunter, silence itself is the deadliest weapon. In the Congo forest, where even the wind is swallowed by the leaves, those who master silence survive. Beneath the thick layer of decaying foliage, another war unfolds. Quieter, slower, but no less ruthless. It is the realm of the black mamba, Dendroaspis polylepis, and the African rock python, Python sebae. The black mamba isn't the largest, but it is among the fastest and deadliest snakes on Earth, reaching speeds of 20 kilometers per hour, and a single drop of venom is enough to kill 10 adults. They often hide inside hollow trunks, waiting for small monkeys or birds to pass by. One strike, a heartbeat later, the prey is paralyzed, and death comes so swiftly that there is no time to cry out. The African python, on the other hand, takes the opposite approach. No venom, no speed, only raw muscular strength capable of crushing the bones of an antelope. It can lie motionless for hours, camouflaged against the forest floor, moving only when the prey steps too close. One coil, one squeeze, and the blood stops flowing before the animal even understands what has happened. After feeding, the python may sleep for a month to digest its meal, while the scent of decay lures other predators, continuing the eternal cycle of life and death. If the black leopard is the solitary assassin, the African wild dog, Lycaon pictus, is the master of teamwork. Each pack may number more than 20 individuals, hunting through speed and coordination, a rare trait in the animal kingdom. When they choose a target, they never attack at random. The pack surrounds, isolates the weakest, and takes turns pursuing until exhaustion brings the prey down. Their success rate can reach 80%, higher than any other predator in the Congo forest. But their intelligence has also made them enemies of humans. In many regions, wild dogs are hunted out of fear that they might steal livestock, causing their population to plummet dramatically over the past 2 decades. Today, only about 6,000 African wild dogs remain scattered across the Congo basin, slowly disappearing from the arena their ancestors once ruled. Above the treetops, the crowned eagle, Stephanoatus coronatus, holds the sky like an ancient predator. With wings spanning over 2 meters, talons strong enough to pierce a monkey's bones, and wing beats powerful enough to snap a neck. It is a true aerial hunter. The crowned eagle hunts in silence, diving from heights of tens of meters. Each strike so precise that 1 in 4 ends in a kill. Many monkey species in the Congo have evolved special alarm calls, used only for this bird. When a crowned eagle appears, their warning cries sound different. Short, sharp, and echoing for kilometers through the forest. It is the perfect example of an evolutionary arms race between predator and prey. One sharpening its skills, the other refining its senses. Deeper still, beneath fallen leaves and decaying logs, the army ants, Dorylus sipes, reign supreme in the miniature world. They are small, yet a single colony can number up to 20 million individuals, moving like a black river through the forest floor. Whenever they march, every small creature in their path, from crickets and tiny snakes to fledgling birds, is devoured within minutes. Death doesn't come from one bite, but from thousands at once. There is nowhere to hide. Army ants prove that in the Congo, power lies not in size, but in adaptation. They have no eyes, yet communicate through pheromones. They need no territory, only prey. This adaptability has allowed them to survive for tens of millions of years almost unchanged. A perfect biological machine, programmed by nature itself. But the modern world is steadily shrinking their arena. Each year, the Congo Rainforest loses more than 500,000 hectares to logging, mining, and agriculture. As the forest disappears, predators lose their territory and the ecological circle begins to fracture. Conservationists warn, if even one link in the food chain breaks, for instance, a drop in the number of antelope or small monkeys, the entire biological balance could collapse. A black leopard cannot survive without prey, and when the leopards vanish, rodent populations explode, devouring seedlings and weakening the forest. Every species, whether fearsome or gentle, holds a role in the grand symphony of survival written by nature millions of years ago. Amid the damp darkness and the sounds of death, the green arena continues to function, silent yet ruthless, brutal yet balanced in its own strange harmony. Every creature, whether it lives for a few months or several decades, upholds an unbreakable law. No being truly rules the Congo, only those allowed to endure a little longer. And while the smaller hunters fight for every patch of forest, deep within the mist, the giants of Congo begin to emerge, carrying the strength to make the entire jungle tremble. As night descends over the green arena, the Congo resounds with distant thunder, not from the sky, but from the footsteps of colossal beings moving silently through the dark. The African forest elephants, Loxodonta cyclotis. Unlike their savanna relatives, these elephants live hidden beneath a dense forest canopy. They are slightly smaller, standing around 2.5 meters tall and weighing between 4 and 5 tons, with straight, slender tusks that let them slip through the trees. Despite their size, they move with astonishing grace, blending into the mist, leaving behind only deep footprints in the mud and broken branches in their wake. The most extraordinary thing about them is their ability to communicate through infrasound, vibrations so low that humans cannot hear them. Through this, elephant herds separated by tens of kilometers can speak across the ground, forming a natural communication network that science has only begun to understand. Beyond their strength, forest elephants are considered among the most intelligent creatures on the planet. They remember faces, scents, old pathways, and display deep emotional awareness. When encountering the remains of a fallen companion, elephants often pause, gently touching the bones with their trunks, an act believed to show awareness of death, something rare in the animal world. Each herd is led by an elder female, the matriarch, guardian of memory and wisdom. When she calls, the forest seems to hold its breath. For them, intelligence outweighs strength, and silence itself is the truest form of power. Yet when threatened, the forest bears witness to the wrath of these living gods. Logging and ivory poaching have driven the forest elephants into a desperate confrontation. In 2019, at Salonga National Park in the Congo, a group of illegal loggers entered a restricted zone. That night, their entire camp was flattened, leaving behind nothing but enormous footprints in the mud. No one was harmed, but the message was unmistakably clear. Experts believe the forest elephants have learned to recognize the sound of chainsaws and trucks, viewing them as threats that must be driven away. When enraged, with a force exceeding 9 tons and speeds reaching 40 kilometers per hour, no creature in the forest can stand in their way. The locals call them the gods of the forest, not just for their size, but for the awe and fear they inspire as silent giants. If on land, the Congo is a maze of life, then beneath its murky waters lies an arena for cold-blooded killers. Here, the law is simpler. Miss one breath, and you become someone else's meal. The Congo River, the deepest river on Earth, plunging to more than 220 meters, rushes through submerged gorges and shadowed mangrove forests. Its current is so powerful that it forms backward whirlpools, sucking mud, carcasses, and even living creatures down into the depths, only to resurface elsewhere. This extreme environment has given rise to an ecosystem almost completely isolated, a damp, hellish world where bizarre life forms evolved in their own strange ways. In this dim underwater realm, the Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus, reigns as an uncrowned king. Reaching lengths of 6 meters and weights over 700 kilograms, it delivers a bite force of 3,000 psi, stronger than that of the mighty T-Rex. Unlike its often sluggish image, the Congo crocodile is a master of stealth. It can lie motionless for hours, revealing only its eyes and nostrils above the surface. When prey, perhaps an antelope, a monkey, or even a baby elephant, lowers its head to drink, just the faintest ripple in the muddy water is the only warning. Then comes a violent eruption. Water explodes upward. The victim is dragged into the depths, where a deadly spinning maneuver, the death roll, tears bones from their joints. No screams, no chase, only bubbles and silence. The Nile crocodile can go for months without eating, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to strike. That patience has made it one of the most successful ancient predators, surviving nearly 80 million years with little change. But in the Congo, even the king has rivals. One of them is the giant African rock python, the only reptile bold enough to challenge a crocodile in the wild. Encounters between them are rare, but according to footage from research stations near the Lulua River, a 7-meter python once strangled a nearly 4-meter crocodile in a battle lasting more than 30 minutes. The python bears no venom, but each constricting coil exerts pressure exceeding 90 kilograms per square centimeter, stopping its prey's heart within seconds. The crocodile, if it manages to retaliate, can crush the python's ribs with a single bite. Both are products of tens of millions of years of evolution, and in their confrontations, there are no victors, only survivors, Beyond crocodiles and pythons, the Congo River hides lesser-known yet equally terrifying creatures. Among them is the Goliath tigerfish, Hydrocynus goliath, a massive predator more than 1.5 meters long and weighing up to 50 kilograms. Its mouth bristles with 32 razor-sharp teeth, capable of cleaving another fish in two with a single bite. Locals tell stories of nights when the river's surface churns red as schools of tigerfish feed. Though it may sound exaggerated, researchers have confirmed multiple cases of tigerfish attacking birds and monkeys that fall into the water. In a world where every creature hungers, blood becomes nature's universal call. This region is also home to the Goliath frog, weighing up to 3 kilograms and nearly 40 centimeters long, the largest amphibian on Earth. Though not a fearsome predator, it stands as living proof that the Congo is a place where everything grows to extremes, as if nature itself is testing its limits. Deep in the southern rainforests of the Congo, where sunlight filters only faintly through dense foliage, lives a gentle and mysterious primate, the bonobo. Less famous than the chimpanzee, less powerful than the gorilla, yet it is humanity's closest relative, sharing up to 98.7% of our DNA. If the chimpanzee represents aggression, the bonobo reflects compassion, an alternate evolutionary path defined by peace and cooperation. Bonobos exist only in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, separated from chimpanzees by the Great Congo River. Centuries of isolation have shaped a strange society, one led by adult females where conflict is rare. When disputes arise, they do not fight. They touch, embrace, or communicate through soft, low-pitched sounds, an emotional language that scientists believe echoes the roots of human feeling. Remarkably, bonobos resolve tension through sex, not as instinct, but as a social tool to restore harmony. It is an act of connection, not dominance, a peaceful glue that binds their community. Primatologist Frans de Waal once said, "If chimpanzees show us how cruel humans can be, bonobos show us how kind we are capable of being." Bonobos are astonishingly intelligent. They understand over 500 symbols, recognize context and emotion, and can combine words to describe objects they have never seen before. A famous individual named Kanzi even learned to make fire and cook food, a behavior once thought unique to humans. Their intelligence lies not in tools, but in empathy and cooperation, the very foundations upon which human society was built. The bonobo world knows no war, no murder. In more than 50 years of observation, no case of intra-species killing has ever been recorded. Every individual shares food, helps raise one another's young, and protects the weak. Their survival depends not on strength, but on kindness. In a violent jungle world, that is nothing short of miraculous. Yet even this small paradise is shrinking. Deforestation, hunting, and wildlife trafficking have made bonobos endangered, with only about 10,000 to 20,000 individuals left in the wild. If they vanish, we lose not just a species of primate, but a living mirror of our own past. When one looks into a bonobo's eyes, curious, sad, and deep, there is something hauntingly familiar. Fear, joy, and the longing to be loved. Perhaps, somewhere in the heart of the Congo, the answer to human nature still exists. Quiet and gentle, like the bonobos themselves. And if the forest ever falls silent, it may not be only the bonobos who disappear, but a part of humanity as well. In the deepest swamps of the Congo Basin, where sunlight barely touches the ground and a pale mist blankets the water. Locals tell of a gigantic creature. They call it by an ancient name, Mokele-Mbembe, in the Lingala language, the one who blocks the river. According to legend, Mokele-Mbembe has the body of an elephant, the long neck of a giraffe, and a massive tail like that of a sauropod dinosaur. When it moves, the river swells into waves. When it breathes, white foam rises to the surface. Locals say the creature hides beneath the Likuala swamps, surfacing only on moonlit nights to feed, and that anyone who dares to hunt it never returns. This story is not just folklore. Since the early 20th century, numerous Western expeditions have ventured into the Congo in search of a living dinosaur. In 1909, German explorer Carl Hagenbeck recorded tales of a gigantic creature resembling a brontosaurus. Later, several other research teams, British, French, and American, pressed deeper into the Likuala wetlands. Some claimed to have seen a large dark shape rising from the river or heard a deep, rumbling roar echoing through the night. In 1980, an expedition led by James Powell and Roy McCall from the University of Chicago reported discovering huge, oddly shaped footprints, twice the size of an elephant's. No one brought back definitive evidence, yet each story made the legend feel ever more real. Biologists suggest that Mokele-Mbembe is most likely a case of mistaken identity. A surfacing black rhinoceros, hippopotamus, or giant snake could easily be misinterpreted amid thick morning fog. Moreover, the legend may stem from the collective memory of local peoples who once found ancient dinosaur fossils in the region, a land that was once part of the supercontinent Gondwana. However, what puzzles scientists is this. Descriptions from tribes hundreds of kilometers apart are strikingly similar. All speak of a long-necked, plant-eating creature that lives in the water and fears no crocodile. Could it be that they all imagine the same thing? Or is there something science has not yet seen? To this day, no solid evidence of Mokele-Mbembe's existence has been found. No body, no specimen, no DNA. Yet in a place where thousands of species remain unnamed, dismissing the unknown too quickly may itself be a mistake. For the local people, Mokele-Mbembe is not just an animal, but a guardian spirit of the forest and rivers. They believe it protects lands untouched by humans, and that when humans destroy the forest, it will rise in anger. Some say that on stormy nights, the waters of the Congo churn and roar like a distant call, a sign that the spirit of the forest is awakening. Whether real or imagined, the legend of Mokele-Mbembe endures, a reminder that the Congo still holds secrets yet to be uncovered. And perhaps that is what makes it one of the last places on Earth where mystery still outweighs human understanding. As dawn breaks, mist fades from the towering treetops, and the first light pierces through the damp canopy, illuminating moss-covered ground and drifting vapor. Birdsong mingles with the gentle patter of rainforest rain. Every creature, from the tiniest ant and the giant frog to the solemn elephant, begins a new day in the familiar rhythm of life. The Congo Rainforest never sleeps. It merely changes its breath, from night to day, from the hunt to renewal. And within every roar, every drop of water, every footprint on the damp earth, the forest continues to tell the story of Earth itself. A story of life, of death, and of the mysteries humanity has yet to unravel.